Hello, everyone. I just wanted to jump on here to speak to you about my conversion to Christianity. It came at a time in my life that I was down and out. Most of the time that I was raised in a household, Christian household, but um, but as you know, sometimes your children do not take on what you give. Um, about time I made it up out of the house, about 17, I joined the military, and I did everything in the military. I saw a lot of things that I never saw in Mississippi before. I came out of a small town in Mississippi, and once I got into the military, I started seeing a lot of things that I never saw before. I went over to San Diego. I started seeing different things. Same sex marriages, and I saw all this stuff, and I was like blown away by it. I got out there and started doing my thing, and as in drinking a lot. Being in the military, you drink, and I picked up a habit of smoking cigarettes while I was in the military. I started doing all these things that my mom and my pops always preached against, and always told me to be careful of. But I went out there and did my thing. So I, after probably about 3 or 4 years in the military, I met my wife, and we got together, and we had a good time, and we were still doing our thing. I was still doing my thing, going to clubs and stuff like that. And it came to a point in my life, stuff started going downhill. I couldn't even I didn't have money to pay for my mortgage. I didn't have money to pay for my car, uh, my car bill. I didn't have things, even though I had two jobs. I had two jobs, and one was the military. I was making good money, but it seemed like I had holes in my pocket. Every time I dig deep, every time a bill come, I could not pay off the bill. So what I did, I always called back home and spoke to my mom, and my mom would help me out every time, and I would call home, and she would give me, she would send me some money, so I'm good for that month. But guess what? I was still doing my own thing. I was still doing it. I was still going to clubs. I was still spending money like I ain't supposed to spend money. But I knew I had someone to lean on. Every time I needed something, I called home. And once I called home, the money would come. So I was like, okay, I have it down packed. This is what I'm going to do. Until one day I was in a deep hole. My marriage is going crazy. I ain't have money to pay for my mortgage. My car is about to get repoed. I was just going down, and I was in a downhill spiral. So I called home one day, and I said, "Mom, I need some money and to help pay this off." She said, "These the words I'm gonna always remember. Lord bless, rest her soul right now." And these the words I'm gonna always remember from her. She told me, I know it's one of probably the hardest things she ever did. She said, "Son, I can't give you no money right now. What you need to do is to pray and start praying and ask God to come into your life." And at that time, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to do anything. I was like, "No, this is not it." But once I got off the phone, I was in the God gave me an opportunity to be in the room all by myself, and I just started speaking to him. I didn't know how to pray. I just started speaking to him like, these are the things that's going on with me, and ask, can he help me? And when doing that prayer, tears started coming down my eyes. I didn't know why I was crying. I'm talking about a 260-pound man crying, bawling with tears because something happened during that time. God intervened. Even though I was still going on with all my situations, once I got finished with that prayer, it seemed like a burden was lifted off of me. And that's when I knew God was real. And I accepted him as my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And after that moment, I started spiraling up to him. And God has been taking care of me ever since. It's never too late. People are praying for us to be converted and be with him. So that was my testimony as in being converted to Christianity. God is faithful, God is love, and he will take care of his children. Thank you.